Hello everyone, it's me, OctoPaul, and I've just watched the Fall Guys construction announcement. The new season is coming here on the 10th, just 8 days to go. What did I think of it? I think it was really promising. It's great. It's really nice to see just what they've got planned and just pause it, and what they've been working on like over the last 5 or 6 months. It's really nice. So let's take a look at a few of these bits in the trailer here.
Over 50 rounds throughout the course of
Over 50 rounds. So they have used their own creator, and they have made 50 rounds to give us in the new season. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, a bunch of stuff is still going to be vaulted, but they kind of have to do that so that they can work on the game still. So yeah, the season passes, the Fame Pass now, looks like we've got 3 per season. Now, this is good and bad. It's nice because that's more Fame Passes. It's, I think, 600 Showbucks per one. But here's the thing. Some people are saying, oh, this is more expensive. But then the season is longer. And then you have to think at the moment, the current season passes, when you get past level 100, from there to level 200, you just get 3 special prestige costumes, and everything else is crown shards. So it's like, for what you're paying, these might actually work out better. These might be more worth it, and these do go over longer times. We've had seasons, some of the shorter seasons, that have gone on for, I don't know, just a couple of months, and you're still paying the same amount for a season pass. So here we might end up getting a lot more stuff over time, obviously. So now I saw some really cool stuff here. So we got some crazy hair. It's like a ninja hair there. And dude's got a little belt as well. There's a new pattern, I think, on him as well. What level is this? Is this Egg Siege? I think this is Egg Siege from original season 2, or is it Hoopsy Legends? There is a ring there. Could be Hoopsy Legends. So maybe that's coming back. This costume here looks like the guy's got an actual visor. I wonder if that's see-through. But yeah, nice vibrant colours there. Let's continue. Now I love this. I really love this polygon pigeon. Polygon. Pigeon. And then there's another visor guy behind it. It looks like these are different colours. I wonder if that's something that actually changes colours, or if there's variations in the Fame Pass. Is that hair again and again? And there's like a computer or an arcade machine at the back. That's cool. That guy's got a faceplate with red eyes. Okay, there's the same blue skin, and then there's the computer again. So if you look at this closely, it not only says 404 on the screen, but there's a tiny little Fall Guy sat on top of the monitor. I really like that. That's so cute. Okay, what else have we got here? So there's the polygon pigeon again. Blast ball. Not really much else to see. I think this is something on the back of this Fall Guy. Maybe a power switch or something. Maybe a little backpack. Another computer monitor. Oh, there we go. There's a closer one. So there's a Fall Guy on the top of it, and there's like a post-it note stuck to the screen with a password. XXX, I think, is the password. It's a really cute costume. It's even got a keyboard on it. I like that one a lot. I'll definitely use that one. I like the colours as well. Definitely the Vaporwave theme that they were mentioning. That's just more of the same ones on there, I think. Oh, now this like polygon version of the standard Fall Guy. I think that's another one back there. So it looks like it might be another colour changing costume, or maybe there's just variations, who knows. I am all for more colour changing ones, but it looks like the faceplate is part of it, like you get with the long guy and those kind of skins, so you probably can't change that. But who knows, we'll have to wait and see. Definitely it looks like part of the costume though. Oh, there it is in black. So this is definitely, I think this is definitely one that you'll be able to change the colours of. It's that pigeon again. So cute. A different colour of the computer. A different pattern on the grey bean there. Let's see if we can notice anything else. Computers again. I think it's a lot of the same skins, so these are presumably all the skins and the first pass. There'll probably be some collaboration ones as well, but I imagine they're not showing them just yet. There's a new pattern there, like some dots and a heart, pixel heart, some more visor guys, I like them. That's a different face, I think. That looks like a black faceplate with purple eyes, which is actually something I've wanted for ages. It's got a little controller on the belt. I didn't notice these things when I first watched the trailer, so that's awesome. There's another polygon guy. So this is the actual level creator, where they show us
so
the design.
From the beginning.
So it launches with just race mode, although they did say that this is also a dev build. So I'm imagining over time they'll add things like slime levels where the slime rises, maybe survival levels, maybe egg levels, ones with points. I don't know how complicated they'll be able to get it for anyone to use it, but I mean the amount you can do with a race anyway is quite a lot.
You can immediately see.
Maybe people will make like Tethering style things where they just try and make a really complicated one. So it looks like it's going to launch, I think they mentioned this as well, you get the original theme, like the original Season 1 theme, or this current season's retro theme, the kind of digital vaporwave
so you can change the sort of theme
looking one, which I really like. The new season theme looks awesome. So here, if we take a close look, we've got the budget of 1,000, which some angry people on Reddit here have been like, oh, that's not very much. See, like, if we check this post here, it has me worrying that this already has 800 out of 1,000 budget used. But when you look at this screenshot, this is the level they're building in the thing. There's a lot of stuff there, and you people are forgetting just how small some of the levels are that we play. Like, a lot of levels have speedruns of less than 30 seconds. This is actually quite long, if you think about it, compared to some of the levels that are in the game. And this has got some vertical bits in it as well, and then it's got a bit where there's 2 parts coming out. I'd imagine you could get, if you really wanted to, you could probably get about double the length of this, by the looks of it, without filling the budget, and then that would be a really long level. But it looks like there's plenty of room, actually, for obstacles, because they've also got, from watching the video, some quite expensive ones in there. If you look at the bottom of here, a lot of these things are like, I mean, that beam there is 1. You can have a level with 1,000 beams and nothing else. 5. See, the thing with the most here is 20 out of the budget, and it's like a big wall
bits of geometry that
with more options.
Walls,
so I think there's going to be enough to make a lot of levels, and the devs themselves, they've said that they'll be using this. So this stuff's more expensive, but this is big. Like, this is the thick bonkus thing here. It's 50 points, but if you think to the actual game, what's the most amount of these you've ever seen in a level? I mean, there's like the whirligig variation that has 3. That's still only 150 points of budget. Fans are 30. How many fans do you usually see? Cannons are 50. I don't think there's a level with more than 10 cannons. I guess we'll have to wait and see. There's definitely going to be a hardware reason for the budget being 1,000, so that this can run on everyone's consoles, basically. Add a little bit of flavor to your rounds. I mean, especially thinking on the Switch and maybe like older consoles, like the PS4 or something. I think this is really going to open some unique ideas from the players. I mean, just the fact that you'll be able to do things you've never seen before. And there's all kinds of new stuff as well. Vertical door dash would be interesting. I know a lot of people were joking around that you could just jump over the doors on this one with the way they built it. I mean, it's just a tech demo, really. This is not meant to be a fully functioning level. It looks fine to me. It's a good example of the kind of thing you can do. If that's the total round, less than 800, so they've still got over 200 to go for any extra things, decorations, to finish it off. I think, to me, that looks like... I mean... You could definitely get more inventive with it, but this really shows you how easy and quick it is to get a simple kind of level concept going. I think people will easily be able to come up with some properly inventive stuff in this without worrying about the budget. Although, I mean, budgets, like the limit itself will force people to be more creative with what kind of things they use, what kind of obstacles. A very simple, straightforward round. I mean, you can throw a few complicated obstacles together and make a really hard map. Especially when there's a lot of people
really
on
short
it.
period.
I like the fact you can just jump into it whenever
So
you
you can
want
see, because we changed the open door,
to test things out.
we
That's
set it
really
to 2.
nice. This was a bit about the lore. It's kind of nice that they've got someone coming up with things like that. Kind of cool seeing what they're coming up with in the game itself with the stories and stuff. I didn't really know much about this. I've watched these trailers when they've come out, but I've kind of forgotten them. And then they showed the coin collection thing.
The players can
Watch my last video if you want to see that. Now the bit that really excited me was not anything they promised will be in the game, but is when they speak with Joe here at the end. I'm just going to assume you've all watched this, you don't want to watch it back through again. But when they are speaking about like stuff in the game
crazier gameplay into Fall
that they've been working on as possible things. So this power-up
we haven't really been able to
idea,
find space.
as soon as I saw this at first, it kind of scared me a little bit. I thought, uh-oh, they're thinking about changing the core gameplay. The core gameplay is so good. It's a bit risky. But then I thought, you know what? I grew up with playing some Crash Bandicoot games, some platforming, where as you progressed, you unlocked more moves and techniques like double jumping and spinning and stuff like that. So if they had different power-ups available like this, so this one's like an explosive penguin, so you can attack. There's a double jump they just showed there. I think this could be really interesting if you can like pick up something that maybe lasts a certain amount of time, or different levels have it.
Of course, again, you know, we have to.
Really interesting. And now the next bit they showed me, I love this.
Tether mode is something we
Tether mode,
which is basically if you imagine
duos with this, where everyone's attached by a rope,
Okay, all right.
and they've got to work together. Or you can literally carry.
Yeah, we've been playing it where you're
Awful
tethered and
teammates.
you run kind of either side of
I
each
mean,
other, you both
it'll probably be more fun with friends, but imagine the videos. Like, this will be hilarious. This will be really good for streamers and video creators. This would be hilarious, and maybe it's great for some gameplay. They could even have unique finals that only work with this as well. That'd be awesome. This blows my mind. I couldn't even have ever imagined coming up with something like this. I love it. It's so cool.
And that's kind of one of the ways we've been looking at co-op gameplay in the game, for example.
So this has got pushing and picking up a block.
Playing Fall Guys, maybe not in a competitive
What's this doing?
setting.
It's pushing a big block.
Kind of
So yeah, co-op stuff outside of the normal game is interesting, like working together, almost like Portal. This kind of reminds me of Portal, like two people working together, one moving around platforms and things. They're holding some kind of fan that pushes here. Wait, what was that skin? Just next to the, on the right of the pink beans, there was like a bullet,
what might
maybe?
be.
What's this guy here? Looks kind of like a bulletkin, but wearing a hoodie or something. He's running away. Yeah, it's like a bulletkin bottom half. Wonder if that's an unreleased costume at the top. I mean, they wouldn't make a costume just for this preview. So I wonder if that's something that's
another thing that we've been doing, for example,
yet
is
to come.
The roll feature, which was
now this I love. This is so cool. This roll feature. So they were saying, like, obviously they've added dive sliding, which has opened up all kinds of cool speedrunning stuff. Can you imagine if there were levels where you kind of super monkey ball it up and turn it into a ball? Slipstream. This looks so cool.
Than dive slide. So what would it feel like if you could curl
This looks like a really unique minigame, and that we've got to show this again. So if you've played Mario Sunshine or 64, I think it's in 64, you'll know about wall kicks. Ready for this? Jumping off walls.
So what would it feel like
right
if
here?
You curl up into a ball and bounce your way around?
The fact that they can jump between the platforms. Oh my goodness. That's so cool. I really... There's so much potential for this. I know they said that there's potential that this might not make it to the game and to not expect anything, but this stuff is so cool. Look at this, like the bounces, all these extra moves. Stuff like this will really raise the skill ceiling in the game, and it's really exciting. I hope some of this makes it in. Okay, so these are all made in the editor, and apparently there's 50 new levels here. So we can see some of the Vaporwave digital theme stuff here. Don't know if there's any new costumes. Maybe, it's hard to tell. So this, I mean, this looks like a pretty regular level to me. It doesn't look smaller or anything like that. This one's in the original Season 1 theme. But there's new bits. Like you see up here, there's these kind of big pill looking things. We don't have them in the game already. So they've added like more to the original theme. There's some kind of beams here, these yellow things. I wonder why there's something on the right and something on the left. What would be in the right that would be worth going for? It looks like the finish line's up here on the left. Interesting design. Interesting. I assume that these are the levels that'll be in the game. But these look big. Like, these look easily big enough. I'm pretty full of things. Although I wonder if Mediatonic themselves don't have the item limit. We'll have to wait and see. But these don't look particularly like they'd fill the budget or anything. This has got all conveyor belt floors, that's cool. And some of those blast things. I really like how this bit looks. This kind of like broken up digital cylinder on the side. A bunch of fans. See, look, this is it. All you need to do is put a few vertical and horizontal fans together, and you've got a pretty complicated level without spending much of the budget. There's those big pill things. So they came down there, and there's that other side. I wonder what that's for. That's really odd. Maybe there's a power up in there. No, they're not adding that yet. So then we got some big punches here. I mean, this looks like a decent sized level. It's pretty big. I think it looks smaller when you don't see the beans on it. I think when you realise how big these things are, these obstacles, these levels are a lot bigger than people first realise. There's a good show of what the digital stuff looks like here. Some really good obstacles. There's a bunch going on here, like a bunch of random fans and stuff. Some of it looks kind of thrown together, but some of it looks well thought out. There's a lot of room on some of these levels. That looks like a throwback to an original season. It looks like there'll be a lot of room for absolute chaos, which I like. And once you see these levels with like full of beans, it just feels like normal Fall Guys, and it's just so awesome that we're going to be able to make our own levels and play in them. Oh, can't wait. So that's the end of the trailer. I just wanted to have a quick look at the Reddit as well, because I'm feeling very good about the trailer, but if you want to see like effectively a room full of very spoilt people who want everything for nothing, just take a look at the Fall Guys Reddit. I can see why the Mediatonic staff don't really, as far as I know, post on here much anymore. I think people don't realise just how much goes into making a game, especially of this scale, and especially a live game that you can't really take down to do updates or work on very easily. I know a few people who have not only made games but worked in games, and it takes a lot longer, especially on a game of this scale, to actually get anything done. Really, there's so much with it, and then when you've got to meet Epic Games requirements, they probably have certain legal things that they have to do to keep them happy, and it can only say things in certain times. It's just not easy. Really excited. Good. I agree. What they said about body blocking really made me happy. Oh yeah, they did say they were looking into body blocking. I've kind of got used to it, and I basically just see it as part of the game. I even use it strategically sometimes to purposefully push people off the map by body blocking them. But I guess I don't know if it's in the spirit of the game, but obviously so many people are unhappy with it that maybe it'd be nice if you kind of are more likely to phase through other people. But I think that's fine. Multiple season passes with 40 tiers in each one. They say it's cheaper than before. Well, I mean, if the season's long and you still get showbucks in the season passes, it could quite conceivably be cheaper. We'll just have to wait and see. Lore was a waste of time and money. I think some people enjoy it. I don't think it's a waste particularly. I think it's nice to have something like that in the game. Whether it needs it, I don't know, but it's just a fun little additional thing. It looks like just one person's working on it, so I don't think it's like a big waste or anything. Creative mode seems a bit lacking. I don't think so. I think we've got or we're going to, as they add to it with different modes and stuff, I think we're pretty much going to have the ability to make anything that we've already seen in previous maps to an extent. I think the greatest thing will be people's imaginations. This is one of the ones I commented on because I just thought this person was being really negative for no reason. So this person immediately starts out by saying, "Didn't you realise that this is bad?" They're like telling us, in case you didn't realise, we got coal. The Fame Pass gives us 120 levels for twice the money. but the thing is we don't know what's in them. It could be like full of skins. It might not have any crown shards. It might have loads of really good stuff we haven't really seen, so we can't judge that yet. And it's not necessarily twice the money, because the seasons are longer, so overall, per month, you might actually be spending less money on the game, and we don't know. You might get enough showbucks in the season passes to get them for free. We'll just have to wait and see. Completely pointless complaint. The creative mode only includes obstacles from Legacy Season 1. Incorrect. They showed Legacy Season 1, which has additional obstacles, which weren't originally in Season 1. They're just more in the theme. And they also have the new season, the digital one. So that's 2 seasons of obstacles at launch, and they've promised us that there will be further themes to come. So, not really cold, exactly. Also, we only have races. We only have races at launch. The other ones will be there to come. And it's kind of nice to have just something more simple to start off with, so people can get used to it. They can create some really cool stuff. They can use their imagination. Everyone can get familiar with building maps, publishing maps, playing maps, and then they can give us some more stuff, some more power. This means the game will quickly become stale. And yet, here you are, playing the game and posting on the Reddit. The 50 new rounds, in case you didn't realise, are just 50 rounds made with this creative mode. The difference is they're made by Mediatonic. So, what do you really think the difference is between Mediatonic making maps before this came out and using this creative mode to make 50 new maps? The difference is it's taken them a while to make, polish, and make it user-friendly, the creative mode, and 50 new maps made in that's not a bad thing. This is like, that's so many levels that you're not going to even have a chance to get used to them quickly. There's going to be so many coming in. I have no issue with them being made in the creative thing. Sure, they might not be quite as unique looking as some of the previous maps and seasons, but that's also going to come. Imagine if the first season had 50 additional maps in the same theme, but all completely different for play. It'd be a whole lot less boring, right? Exactly. What does this mean? 50 race rounds in Legacy Season 1 style, all want to be arcade themed. Oh, they already backtracked and said that there are 2 ones instead of just 1. Interesting. We don't actually have new rounds. Yes, we have 50 new rounds. And the best, the vault remains. Yes, the vault remains because it is necessary for the game to be worked on. And they're switching a bunch of levels in and out of the vault anyway. I don't know why people are so happy about all this, because we get a bunch of new stuff. We get the ability to make our own things in the game, get other people to play them. 50 new maps made by the game. Enjoy complaining. So I replied to a few of those, basically just saying what I was saying. After 5 months of waiting, yeah, maybe you should try making a game. The new maps will be too simplistic. Why? They've got everything available to them that they had when they made the earlier seasons. Why would they be simplistic? It's up to them and us how complicated we make them. We've got as much potential as we want, really. They can easily add different visuals at any point. You forget that the only real difference between the seasons as they've gone through on this game are like a colour palette and some different sort of block shapes and sizes. And a few new obstacles, but they can easily add new obstacles. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't think this is really something that needs to be complained about. I don't think people are realising how much possibility there will be when this comes out. I didn't read this one earlier. Score hidden. Interesting. This studio is completely out of its mind. I lost all hope already. How dare they enable us to make our own levels? Ridiculous. Players literally asking everywhere for the return of the variety of the beloved, carefully crafted and themed old rounds. But their focus is exactly the opposite. Dude, people wanted a creative mode for like at least a year. People have wanted to make their maps, so they have given the people what they wanted. Enormous resource, I'm betting. Like, this stuff doesn't come easy. Let's make an extremely limited builder for the players, and for us. Again, why is it more limited than whatever they were using before? So we can also just ship them now a bunch of simple dumbed down maps every now and then. Mediatonic will have a lot of free time to count their dollars. Or they might be working on stuff they showed at the end of that video for potential awesomeness. We can only hope. Looks like Joe is like hard at work on some really cool stuff. I remember the time where when games were released, that was it. You played it, you beat it, maybe you played it with friends, and then maybe a few years later you'd get a sequel and you'd enjoy it. Now people just want, like, I mean, people are complaining that we're getting 50 new rounds saying, oh, they're going to be simple, or whatever. People are complaining we now have the ability to make stuff. I just don't know what people want. How much do people want? It's just unrealistic. I'm pretty hyped for this new season. I hope you are too. I hope you've enjoyed my little look into the trailer. I think we've got a hell of a lot of potential coming up in this game, and I'm just showing myself again. What am I doing there? Thank you very much for watching. I've got my fingers crossed. Let's hope that this is going to be the start of something amazing with this game. I think it's got a lot of potential. I hope it works correctly. I really do want the best for this game, and I think this is very promising. Like the video if you did like it, subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to leave a comment. I always read them all. I try and reply to most of them. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya!